Today we're looking at software. For those of you using either the preamp or the mixing board, you're going to need software to do the recording with. This gets installed in your computer. Your mixer or preamp gets connected to your computer via the USB device, and then you put your microphone into the preamp or the mixer. You start talking, and you go to the software on your computer and you press the record button, and you should see your voice being recorded just like I'm showing you here in this with this piece of software, Audacity. Audacity is probably the software most of you are going to go for first. It is free. It is a single track software, so it works basically for the mixing boards. It might also work for the preamps. If it doesn't, then you need to get multi-track software, and we're going to talk about that after this. Audacity is very simple to use. It's got drop-down menus right on the front. You can set your device for recording and your device for playback, and you just hit the record button. And that's what I'm doing now, and that's how my voice is being recorded. You can also edit on this piece of software. You can go in with your mouse and remove gaps and remove dead spaces. If your unit works like my unit does, in which only one track gets recorded, Audacity has a track selection that allows you to meld the stereo tracks into a mono track, which is what I'm going to do after this. Then it also, under the effects menu, allows you to amplify the track to make it louder if it needs to be made louder. So Audacity is a piece of versatile software, and it's free, and I think it comes with Art, or at least Art has a download site for it, but you can go to the Audacity site and download it. Now, as to the multi-track software, I tried a whole bunch of them today. Many of them failed miserably. They either would not record or would not play back, but several of them work quite well. So these are the ones I'm going to stress first, and the first one is MixPad from NCH, which is an Australian company. The only thing is the free MixPad is for non-commercial use only. So what I'm doing here with YouTubing is technically considered commercial. So if you go with MixPad, you would have to probably pay the $60 for the version that does 16 track with no VST support. VST is extra effects and instruments for music. If you don't think you need those, the $60 commercial edition will work just fine. If you think you're going to do music production work, if you think you're going to want to buy other effects, then you should get the $100 Pro version. It's very easy to use. You can see here, I set the device up, I press the record button, and it gives me the recording and the playback. Very easy, very quick setup. One thing I should stress on these things is in some cases you may need to set the device in advance, then close the software down and reopen it. In some cases you may even need to reboot your system. The next piece of software I used that worked quite well was Waveform 11. This is another piece of free software. In the case of the Mackie Pro FX 6v3 and the Pro FX 10v3 come with a full version of Waveform. This is the one with all tracks, there's no restrictions, full VST support, all the instruments that come with it, all the effects that come with it, and it's free of charge. You, however, can get the stripped down Waveform 11 version free, and it should work with the software, and once again, I've set it up and made it work. The next piece of software that worked well for me was Cakewalk. I had used Cakewalk a long time ago. A good 20 years ago I used Cakewalk, and it's vastly different now. Once again, I set it up, I got it to record, and it worked just fine. So Cakewalk is another piece of software that's going to work well for you. Now, the software offerings that didn't work so well for me in my trial phases here include Cubase. Cubase LE5, which is free. I use Cubase LE8, but I have a paid version. I couldn't get it to play back. I couldn't get it to record. Of course, I never do that here. I simply import files and use Cubase as a noise gate to clean up my audio files. And I'm going to clean up this file in Cubase after this. So I had problems with Cubase, but you can get Cubase LE5, which is designed for Windows 7 and 8. It's a 32-bit program. It may not work so great on Windows 10. I used it on Windows 10 for a while, and then I got Cubase 8. Another software that didn't work so great for me was Music Maker from Magix. it wouldn't record and it wouldn't play back. But it is free, and it is one of the softwares that a lot of sites recommend. You may have better luck than I did. These are pieces of software that you can get. I had some problems with them. You may not. You may not want to go for them. It's up to you. You go to the sites for these. I have the sites listed. I have the Steinberger site listed for Cubase, the Traction site listed for Waveform, the Audacity site listed for Audacity, the BandLab site for Cakewalk, the Magic site for Music Maker, and the NCH site for MixPad. Once again, good results with MixPad. I got good results with Cakewalk. I got good results with Audacity, and I got good results with Waveform free. So those should be the ones you look at first. If you've got preamps, you're going to want to use the multi-track software, the Waveform, the Cakewalk, the NCH MixPad. If you've got the mixing board, Audacity should do you. You may want to get Audacity in any event. It's great for editing. And this is our look at software. Remember, if you want to buy this software, you can get it at our usual dealers: Adorama Camera, Amazon, Best Buy, BH Photo, Guitar Center, Musician's Friend, Sweetwater, Walmart, Woodwind Brasswind, Z-Zounds. This is our look at software for recording. If you found this program informative, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Here, I discuss the nuts and bolts of writing and publishing, editing, cover creation, copyrights, picking a self-publisher, making a website, putting books into stores, how to get your manuscript before agents and publishers. And I add new content all the time. So have a good writing day.